Palia's character customization was finally shown off during the gameplay reveal last week, and while it feels good to finally have something to actually show for the game, there are some obvious cracks that have reared their heads. So yeah, here's my thoughts on the problems with Palia's character creator. If you disagree with anything, feel free to let me know.
Part of the story is that humans are coming back to the world of Palia for the first time in thousands of years. Creating your character is a big part of that, like what kind of human do you want to be?
So this is an important question that they asked in the stream, and in a community-centered life simulation style game, the answer should be whoever I want to make. And even if it's not to the level of being able to make anything, I would still expect a good number of customization options when comparing it with run-of-the-mill MMOs. So how did they do? Let's walk through this in the order that they made their character. At the beginning of the character creation, we were shown two choices of body type, one more masculine and one more feminine. They chose to pick the fairly fit masculine body type and then switched it later. We were given a few more things to customize then. So at the top, we had these options. We had a body type switcher for the only two options that exist: face shape, skin tone, eyes, voice, hair, face masks, and two options for clothes, a top half and a bottom half. So what's missing that we notice? Well, sliders would be a start. Our choice of character bodies is essentially two perfectly sculpted bodies with no way to tailor them to how you want them to look. No sliders, no way to make my character overweight, underweight, not be super fit, nothing. I guess it's still somehow more options than The Sims had, but that came out in 2000, so yeah. I've said before that character customization will be one of the main make or break areas of this game for many people. Players want to see themselves, or whatever character they're making, in the character they play. And for a majority of gamers, that's just not possible with how overly limited their choices are from the start. Okay, so body types are out of the way. Next is face shapes, where you pick from some presets that you can't really make your own. This would feel like beating on a dead horse, so I'm going to say sliders and nothing else. Skin tone is the next option, and I will say that they did a good job on the darker end of the scale. Sure, every single option is too tan to actually make my character with, but how often is that the problem and not the inverse? I'm mostly joking around here, but skin tone feels like a pretty basic thing to have messed up this badly on. I'm pretty pale in real life, my character's pale, I want to be pale. And one more thing before I move on from this section, is there seriously nothing here for tattoos, scarring, blemishes, no freckles? It's like this section is just a cornucopia of disappointment. Okay, on to the eyes. In the eyes section, you will be able to change the color of your eyes. Not even different styles of eyes. There's no shapes, nothing. Just eye color. And with that, I would say there's no way to screw this up. But if we take a real close look at my character, I still can't make them. But by the way, did you know that my PNG's eye color is actually based on my eye color in real life? So I can't even make me in this game. And shout out to QEG for creating the design. There's a link to her Twitch in the description. She's a good artist. Yeah. So again, another reason I just cannot make me in this game. And I think the only thing that didn't stop us was the lack of blemishes, because I'm obviously perfect looking. I don't have a scar on my eye from when I was 2 or anything. Okay, all that's left is the voice. And our character seems to speak Simlish, so that comparison to 2000 makes much more sense now. And so the voice doesn't matter to me. We have 10 choices, 5 for A, 5 for B. Okay, by this point, you can probably tell how the rest of this video is going to go. So, yeah, I am going to be sticking with this game for quite a while. So if you want to hear my opinions on other parts of the game, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot, especially since YouTube, lowered the monetization requirements and we're still not at it, so help me, please. Also, before someone tells me that I just hate the game, no, I don't. I love the idea. I want the game to do well, but there's so many places that it misses the mark, and I'm hoping that they'll have a fire lit under them to fix or improve things that I talk about in these videos, especially if the community demands it. If you sit back and passively let them get away with it, nothing will change for the better. So, why would you? Okay, 2 areas of the character creator left to talk about: hair and clothes. And I actually have something positive to say. Hair is in a good spot for a beta release, I believe. I do like the fact that there are multiple layers to it, that we can have multiple colors and we can blend it and all of that. I also like the multiculturalism and inclusivity that is described in it as well. That said, of the styles that we were shown, they seem to be pretty feminine leaning at the moment, so hopefully there's more options added in the future to help with this, but it's not bad. Obviously, the big thing is that they still need to add more hairstyles and continually improve on this, but compared to everything that we talked about already, this is actually in a passable state. One improvement that I would suggest is to have more color options and blending options. I personally really like the hair customization in Code Vein, but I understand that that would be very hard to implement. And on to our last area to talk about: face masks and clothing. While they don't click or hover over the button in this section, during their look at the cash shop later, they did hover over this button and revealed that it was in fact face masks. They didn't show anything from it in either section, but it exists alongside hats, which aren't here either. We're not going to talk about them, but that's what that button is. And on to the major disappointment for me. I could overlook almost everything else because you can add stuff, but the clothing is the whole system, man. I don't get it. I have many reasons for not liking this system, but I will list 3 things. Just 3. First, everything is grouped by halves. I can't choose to mix and match a shirt that I like with a jacket that I want to wear. I can't combine pants with shoes. All of these options for character expression don't exist. They've been taken away from us in the name of someone else's vision for what I should wear. Why? Why is it that this game has less clothing expression than World of Warcraft in 2004? Why does it have less clothing expression than Star Wars Galaxies in 2004? Than practically every other game in the market that they chose to advertise their product in since 2000. Why? Second, and this is so blatant, it's not even funny, color patterns are just bad. If you didn't realize, there are different colors for these outfits. You click on them and it changes it to preset systems. Why can't clothes be in the color that I want them to be in? Dyeing outfits to whatever color I want is just better for my character expression and my customizations. You're just making more ways that I can't make the character that I want. And it feels like they're doing it intentionally. What is the downside to having people be able to choose their colors? Well, one that I could think of is if they could change the colors to whatever they want, then you can't sell them the same piece of clothing in 3 to 12 different ways in a cash shop. So maybe that's the issue here. I don't know. And finally, I have one major problem with clothing that I can see many, many people disagreeing with. And that's just that there's too many options given to us up front. We're basically on a character select screen. We're making our characters. Why do we have access to 50 different outfits? I mean, Animal Crossing just starts you with a random one. Why? Well, it's because one of the main goals in the game, one of the things they want you to do and look forward to, is collecting outfits. Go out into the world and see if you can find clothes that match your style. See if you can make things in the game. It gives you a goal to work towards. Are they just throwing everything at us from the front? Did they just miss a major opportunity to add gameplay to their game? From this system, it makes me think that there won't be any clothes that are worth actually trying to obtain through playing the game. It'll all be either sitting there at the start or paid. Real money paid. I could be very wrong on this. it's basically a giant red flag in my face. So, yeah, those are the three very basic reasons I don't like the clothing in the game. I could probably list more, but let's be honest, this video is negative and everybody's going to dislike it anyway. Right? Right. That's the character creator in Palia. If you want to discuss anything with me here, I do have a stream linked in the description, and I will be playing the game when it releases over there on Twitch. Also, click my referral link if you want to play the game. It's technically not mine, it's a community one for people in the community. You can join the Discord if you want to send me your invite link and have it rotated out. Thanks for watching.